All right. Grab a couple of blocks and come have a seat. And let's get down to it. All right. Let's sit up tall. Yeah. Roll your shoulders down your back. Just get our body kind of getting ready. If you notice your hips are very tight and your knees are high, please sit up on a blanket or a block. Yeah, that's another good use of your blocks. But sit up tall. Take your hands to your lap. Take the crown of your head up toward the sky. Close your eyes and come to your breath. So as you close your eyes, I want you to just kind of imagine you're looking inside of yourself. As you inhale through your nose, expanding your rib cage, release any tension in your face, your facial muscles between your eyebrows. And then as you exhale, slowly exhale through your nose, all the way to the pelvic floor. And then as you inhale, follow the breath up. Expanding your ribcage again. And then exhale through your nose. Till you find the rhythm of your breath. And you set your intention in this space to be present. And you want to notice how you feel without it always being about I, and me. We get stuck in that, how I feel, how depressed I can be, how sad I get. And if you can notice when you use I and me and start thinking about others, get you out of that space, purpose. Set your attention just to know. And slowly open your eyes. Good. Inhale, circle your arms up and start to reach and reach. Exhale, reach. There's a rope coming from the ceiling and you're pulling it down and reach and pull it down and reach and pull it down. Yeah, notice how it gets in your shoulder. Reach and reach. Oh yeah, get everything in order there. Reach, getting the legs of the side of your body. So I want you to really reach your body over from side to side, but keep your sit bones weighted, grounded to the earth. Good, and reach. Oh yeah, and reach, and reach. Now both your arms up and your outer elbows back. Extend your arms long, but reach your shoulder blades down your back. Check in with your breath. And then you're going to take your right hand to the earth and reach all the way to the right, keeping your left hip grounded. Inhale back to center and all the way to the left, keeping your right hip grounded. Oh, yeah. Inhale to center and exhale to the right. And inhale to center and all the way to the left. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice. To center and to the right. And center and to the left. Good. And all the way to center. Now we're going to do some twists. Maybe you'll take the back of your left hand, your knuckles, outside your right knee, and use that resistance to just twist the left side of your waist to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Oh, yeah. Just take a breath here. Notice how long and tall your spine is. Good. Inhale back to center. And all the way to the left, taking your knuckles outside your left knee, looking over your left shoulder. And just find your breath. And just take an extra breath here. And to center. All the way up and to the right. And inhale to center. And all the way to the left. We're going to do that one more time. Just, you can take your knuckles to the opposite knee. One more to the right. Exhale. Inhale to center. And all the way to the left. Nice. Oh, yeah. And back to center. And now I want you to come all the way to lying on your back. You're just going to start this way. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. You can extend your left leg long or not. And roll your right ankle. Just roll your ankle one way. Good. And then the other. Good. Yeah. And then point your toes, reaching your shin slightly away from you. And then flex your ankle and hug your thigh bone in. Inhale. Exhale, a little closer to your chest. And then inhale, release your thigh bone, point your toes, really point. And then flex your ankle, hugging it in. And point. Oh, yeah. And flex. And point. And flex, hugging it in. Take your right arm out to the right. Take your left hand to your right knee. And just reach your right knee over to the left, looking to the right. So your gaze is to the right, but you're just going to get a little twist here. Yeah. And then all the way back to center and release. Take your left knee in towards your chest. Now you can bend your right knee and take your right foot to the earth while we do this, right? And you're going to roll your left ankle. Just roll, ankle rolls one way. Yeah, you might hear some snap, crack, a pop. It's good. And then roll your ankle the other way. Good. Then you're going to flex your ankle and exhale, hug your thigh bone towards your chest. And then release your thigh bone a little bit as you point your toes. You know how to do this. Exhale, flex your ankle, hug it in. Inhale and point. And exhale. And inhale. Let's take two more because it feels so good. And it's so good for your hips and your hip flexors, right? Last one. Flex. And point. Take your left arm out to the left. Take your right hand outside your left knee. Just check that out. And then reach your left knee over to the right. Just get a nice twist as you look to your left. Good. And then inhale back to center. I want to do that one more time. You're going to take your left knee over to the right and look to the left. And maybe you'll get a little deeper. Maybe you'll feel your spine like pushing into shape. And all the way back to center. Good. Take your shoulder blades together. Bend both your knees. Take your feet to the earth. And you're going to start to lift your hips. Just lift and lower and lift. So I want to get into our core a little bit. And lift and lower and lift. So you want to come as far up onto your shoulders, not onto your neck, as you can. And lift and lower. Good. And lift. We're just going to do a few more just like that. So warm up your pelvic floor and your glutes. And last one. And all the way back down. Oh, yeah. Check in with your breath, and you're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Good. Well, we're going to do something a little weird today. You're going to take your legs towards you, but you're going to take your right forearm across your right shin. Good. And you can take your left hand maybe to your left shin. And you're simply going to press your hips towards you and release. And press and release. Pressing your right forearm to your right shin, just a little bit weird, a little different. And a couple more times, press and release and press. Oh, and release. And then you're going to take your left foot back to the earth. Now, with your right ankle still crossed across your left thigh, I want you to lift your hips, lift and lower, and lift. So you're going to really get into your left glute. Now you can keep your right ankle across your left thigh, or if you want to try something different, you can take your right knee towards your chest and extend your right leg long toward the sky. And we're going to do that 6 more times. 5, getting into your core, 4, 3, and 2, last 1, and all the way back to the earth. Oh, yeah. And just take a breath or 2. Good. Then cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Remember what to do here? Yeah. You're going to just walk your shoulder blades together. I'm walking my right heel back up toward my hip. Press your right heel down to lift and lower, and lift and lower, lift. Good. Get into your core. We're doing some core work here, ladies, and right into our hips. So our core is right above our hips and our belly. Good. And then all the way back down. Now you're going to take your legs towards you, and you're going to take your left forearm across your front left shin. And you're going to take your right hand towards your right leg, somewhere on your right leg. And as you exhale, you're going to squeeze it in. And then inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze it a little closer. Good. I want you to actually exhale when you squeeze it in. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale, squeeze. And inhale. And exhale. One last time. And exhale. And all the way back. Okay, good. Now you're going to take your right foot to the earth. Take your left hip wide. Walk your shoulder blades together. Yep. Now you're going to press your right foot down and lift your hips and lower. So you can keep your left ankle across your right thigh. Or you can take your left leg all the way up to the sky. And 8, 7, however you do it is perfect. 6, 5, 4, and 3, 2, last 1, and all the way back down. Release your left foot, draw your knees to your chest, give yourself a hug, and just roll your knees away from each other. Good job, guys. All right, a little bit more core work. Okay, so we did this yesterday. You're going to take your knees a little bit further forward than your hips. But you have to make sure the top of your pelvis is back, your belly's back. You can take your arms to T, and you're going to open your knees wide, and imagine you're squeezing your inner thighs together. Inhale and open. Exhale, squeeze together. Now, if you want to get a little bit deeper in the fascia, you can take your hands to your inner thighs and actually resist back. Inhale and open. Exhale, resist back. And 8. And 7. and 6, 5, yeah, and 4, resist, resist, and 3, and 2. Make sure the top of your pelvis is back. Last 1. Yeah, and release. Oh, yeah. And just gonna walk your knees toward your chest. All right, I want to do one more thing for our core here, ladies, if you don't mind. All right, I'm gonna take, you know what? You can take your shins to tabletop where we just were, or you can take your feet to the earth. So if you start with your feet to the earth, you're simply gonna lift and lower, lift and lower. Good. If you're starting from tabletop, you can lower 1 foot at a time. Now, you know when you went too far because the top of your pelvis will release, your belly will come up, and I don't want that to happen. If you need to go any deeper, you can take both your shins and tap and lift, but make sure, again, what are you making sure? That your pelvis does not come off the earth. Exhale. Good. Inhale, however you do it. Exhale. Good. And 8, 7, good. And 6, 5, 4. So if you're doing 1 at a time, you can go a little quicker. 3, I'm giving you that time. 2, last 1. Nice strong core, strong hips. All right, now you're gonna roll all the way to table pose, hands and knees. Good job, guys. All right, now this is where you're gonna want your blocks. So you should have your blocks nearby and actually have them on the mat. And we're gonna start with the blocks shoulder width apart. Okay, your hands, your hands are on the blocks and the blocks are shoulder width apart. Now we're going to get the stickiness out of our scapula, those wing bones behind our ribs. So you're going to soften your chest and feel the retraction of your shoulder blades hugged together, right? Yeah. And then you're going to press your fingertips down, lift your chest, and feel the scapula coming away from each other, right? And you're going to lower and lift. So this gets the stickiness out of your shoulder blades. Yeah, good stuff. This is a good thing to do every day. Now you can do this against the wall. Anytime we're on the blocks, you can do it against the wall too. And 8, which we don't need to do 8, which do 4 more. 4, good. And 3, and 2, last 1. Good. Now keep your shoulder blades hugged together. They're tracked together, your belly lifted, and make your way into some cats and cows. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Really flex your spine. Look at your belly. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Oh, yeah. And exhale. And inhale. Good. Just take a couple more. Exhale. Inhale. Notice how that fired up belly knows how to fire up. Okay, last one. Exhale. And now you're going to take some big hip circles. Maybe even reach your blocks a little further forward as you really take your hips back. Good. Just really take your hips back. And then circle your hips the other way. Big circles with your hips. You want to make sure you're breathing. Big circles. Good. Now we're going to do something called puppy dog first. So your blocks are shoulder width apart. And I want you to take your elbows to your blocks, or bunny, you can take it to the wall, and just release your head and neck and take your palms together behind your head and just notice how your shoulder blades hug together. Lift your belly and find just a few breaths here, really getting your shoulder blades set. Yeah. Just a few breaths. And then all the way back to your blocks. All right, I want you to curl your toes under, lift your belly, lift your knees, just let your knees kind of hover. This is going to get into your core. You can even play in it by reaching your knees right and left. Good. And then when you're ready, make your way right into down dog. Good. So your hands are on blocks. If you're not comfortable with the blocks, just forget the blocks. Yeah. Good. Oh, yeah. Just notice. All right. Now you're going to walk your feet back just a little bit, and you're going to come forward like you're coming into a cobra, but you're just going to be on the blocks. Really lift your thigh bones, lift your heart. Soften your knees towards the earth. Take your hips back and make your way back into dog. Setting it up. Good. We're going to do that one more time. Round your back coming forward. Reach your heart forward. Lift your thigh bones. Lift your belly. Soften your knees towards the earth to get into your core. Take your hips back and right back into down dog. All right, good job, guys. And then lower your knees to the earth. Good job. All right. So we're going to do a couple sets of push-ups. We're going to do it on our knees. For the first one, you're going to walk your knees back. Take your chest forward. Make sure your blocks are beneath your shoulders. You don't want them forward. And you're going to press your elbows back and then press away to lift. So this is going to get into your triceps and into your upper back a bit. So exhale. You don't have to go very low. You can do this against the wall. Exhale. 6 and 5. Good. 4 and 3. Elbows back. Good. 2. Last one. Right into the shoulders. All right. And just take your hips back and get a nice stretch here. So you can come into child pose, a variation of it, or come to sitting on your heels and sit up tall. Your choice. Just find your breath. Nice. Yeah, we're going to do another set of those. But this time, I want you to take your hands, roll your fingertips toward each other so your elbows will go out wide. That's more for your chest. So you can do it against the wall. I recommend that. Walk your knees back. And then we're going to do 8 of those. 8 slowly. Elbows wide. 7. Think about your chest. And 6. Good. And 5. 4. Notice how you're getting into your core, how your core is assisting. 3 and 2. Last one. Oh, yeah. And all the way back, either sitting on your heels or standing on your knees, whatever feels right for you. And take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers with your palms up, and lift your heart forward. Oh, yeah. Just find a nice stretch in your shoulders. And breathe into that. I don't know how you guys didn't feel that, but we'll see. All right. And back to table pose. Let's take our blocks to the side of your mat. And then you're going to take your right leg all the way out to the right. Stepping into your right foot. Walk your hands back and come all the way up. Good. Circle your arms up. This is another good place for a block. And then you're going to take your right arm down your right leg and reach to the right. And all the way over to the left. So either you hang out, I'd like you to land on a block or on the floor, and then reach. Oh, get all that length from the right side of your body. Use your core. Inhale, come all the way up and all the way to the right. And all the way to center. And all the way to the left. Really slow and controlled. Oh, yeah. And back through center and to the right. Now we're going to get into our hips now. So you're going to take your left hand over to the left and your right leg's over to the right. And you're going to lift your left waist. Just lift it up. Engage it. And you're going to lift and lower your right leg. Just lift and tap. And lift. And lift. Good. Lift. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3, 2, last 1. Now, if you want, you can bend your knee, like you're going to kick your bum. You can grab your foot or your shin. Just get a nice stretch in your right quad. Open your heart. Shoulder blades going to hug together because they know where to go. Press your foot back if you're bound with your foot. Lift your thigh bone and breathe. Good. Release all the way back to table pose, hands and knees. And then extend your right leg forward. And again, blocks are really great here. You can use your blocks on either side of your right leg. Now you're going to reach your right outer hip back. Good. And soften your chest towards your thigh bone. Just get a nice stretch here. Take your right outer hip back. Oh, yeah. Get right into those hamstring strings, flexing your ankle. And then stepping into your right foot, take your hips forward. Now you can circle your arms up if you like, or not. And then all the way back. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Notice how it feels when we get here after we've done so much work in your core, in your hips. Can you take one more? Inhale. Good. And exhale. And inhale. All the way up. All right. Now stepping into your right foot, take your left hand to the left, roll your left waist to the right, open your heart. Nice big twist here. Find your breath. Good. Exhale, take your right hand towards the earth, and soften your elbows towards the earth, like you're trying to get into your right hip, which is what you're doing. Good. Inhale and open it up. And exhale and soften. Good. Inhale and open. Exhale and back, taking your right hand back to the earth and soften. Then take your hands to the mat inside your right foot. Curl your back left toes under. Lift your left knee up, lifting and lowering your hips. All right. Now we're going to come into a regular plank. So you can just kind of slide your right foot back, coming into a nice plank. Your shoulders hug together, your belly's lifted. Find your breath. And then lower and make your way into a cobra or an up dog. And right into down dog. Oh, yeah. And walk your dog. Oh, yes. Reach your chest towards your thigh bones. Oh, yeah. Good. All right, lower your knees to the mat, and let's make our way into a child pose. Knees wide, big toes together. Take your hips back, and just come into a nice child pose, maybe even shaking your hips back. Soften your chest, and breathe into that. Oh, yes, and all the way back to center. Take your left leg all the way out to the left, stepping into your left foot. Walk your hands back and come all the way up. Yeah, this is from a table pose, left leg out to the left. Inhale and circle your arms up and just kind of reach the sides of your body long. Yeah, just make sure you get that length. Then take your left hand down your left leg and reach over to your left, however you do it. And then inhale through center, over to the right, and either hang out there or land. Like you're gonna have to land eventually, so a block there is nice. Inhale, back through center, over to the left, and over to the right. One more time, use your core muscles to the left. Ooh. And all the way to the right. And then take your right hand to the earth, roll your right waist forward. You can take your left arm wherever you'd like it to go. But you're gonna lift and tap your top left leg. Get into that medius, your outer hip, and lift, and lift. Good. And lift slowly. And 8, find your edge. 7, 6, and 5, 4, and 3, 2, last 1. Now bend your left knee. Take your left hand either to your shin or your foot or anywhere. And just imagine, I'm just imagining, as you get deep in your quad, lifting your left thigh bone up. If you're bound, press your foot back. Breathe into that. Oh, your shoulder blades are together. Your belly's engaged, right? Nice stretch. And then make your way back to the balance and back through table. Ah, yeah. And we'll just walk back here. Extend your left leg long in front of you, flexing your front left leg. Make sure your left heel's in front of your left hip. Your hands are on either side of your left leg. Flex your left ankle. Soften your chest towards your thigh bone. Breathe into that. Then step into your left foot. Take your hips forward and circle your arms up. Good. Exhale. Flex and go back. Inhale. And up. Oh, yeah. Exhale. And back. Really get into your hamstring, guys. This is a really tight muscle. Inhale. And lift. Good. Last time, all the way back. Exhale. Make it your edge. Get to your edge. Don't be in a rush. We're being present, right? Then stepping into your left foot, take your right hand to the right edge of your mat, and then roll your right waist forward to get that deep twist. Open it up. Inhale. Exhale your left hand towards the earth and soften your elbows towards the earth. We're just going to do a few more. Inhale and open. I want to hear that big breath. Slowly exhale and close. Find your edge. Inhale and open. Good. Exhale and close. We're going to do one more. Inhale and open. Good. Exhale and close it. That was the last one. Now you're going to take your hands inside your left foot. So when you look down, you see your left foot, your left hand, and then your right hand, right? Curl your right toes under. Lift your right knee as you lift and lower your hips. Good. Now you're going to step into your left foot and simply step your right foot forward outside your left hand. Your right foot outside your right hand. So you're going to wide step forward fold. Getting right into your hips. Good. Press your feet down to come all the way up. Inhale, grab your left wrist and lift. Exhale to the right. Oh, yeah. Notice the sides of your body. Inhale, take your right wrist and lift it, and all the way to your left. This is how flexible we want to be, like a tree that just can move with the wind, and yet we're rooted, grounded, strong, right? Yeah, right and left, right and left. Come on, guys. Yeah. Because it's not going to get easier, right? And all the way back to center. And come to your mat. Good. I get to step off. All right, we're going to come into goddess pose. So this is really important for our quads, our knees. This gets into our hips, our belly, our core, right? So you're going to come deep into that space, right? Come onto the tiptoes of your left foot, making sure your left knee is aiming toward your second toe and your torso is upright as you can, right? Yeah, you can feel the cooking. All right, now other side, come onto the tiptoes of your right foot and check out that your right knee is tracking over your second toe, right? Yeah. Stay low in your hips. Good. Now, you're going to take your hands behind your head if it's available and reach your rib cage over something as you reach your left elbow towards your left thigh and come deep. Inhale back to center. And then exhale to the right. And inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. And inhale to center. Keep your shoulder blades down your back. Make sure you're not shrugging your shoulders. And then left. We're going to do a little quicker, sorry. And exhale to the right. Exhale left. Exhale right. One more time. Left and right. All right, and all the way back up to center. Pivot your feet parallel and start to fold forward. Oh yeah, make sure all your toes are aiming forward. You might need to adjust your feet. Make sure there's a little softness in your knees. And then fold forward, nice and deep. Oh yeah. I like to even walk my hands forward. Maybe you'll want to do that. Walk your hands forward. And then reach your hips back even as your chest presses forward. Even the palms of your hands press down and forward. And then you can release your head and neck if you like. And get a huge stretch here. So good. This is the best. Okay. And then walk your hands back. Take your hands to your hips. Press your feet down. And one long spine all the way up. Yeah, and then heel toe your feet in. And let's just swing it out. Yeah. All right, ladies, come to the front of your mat. Standing up tall. Good. Make your way into Utkatasana, Fierce Warrior. Good. And then twist to your right. Take your left elbow outside your right thigh if you wish. And just reach your right hip back, but keep your knees parallel, right? Opening that up. Oh, so good. Are you breathing? Are you present? Good. Inhale back to center. And all the way to your left. Take your right elbow outside your left thigh if you like, opening it up. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold forward over long, strong legs. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, and step back to dog. Or you can take a half vinyasa if you like. This will probably be the last one. Right into down dog. Good. Now you can walk your dog as you do. Check out your inner elbows. You want to roll them forward. You can come onto your tiptoes and then take your heels to the earth. just play. Have some fun there, right? Notice what's working. Good. And remember your intention. Not to get too stuck in the me, in the I, how I feel, right? Come on to your tiptoes. Lift your right leg all the way up. Exhale and step your right foot forward, coming all the way up into warrior one. Good. All right, now we're going to take our shoulders. Come deep in warrior one. You're going to take your arms to T. And then you're going to take your right arm under your left and either give yourself a hug. You can even walk your fingers further back and get a little deeper. That's awesome. You can stay there, or you can take your palms toward each other. Doesn't matter. And you're going to lift and lower. So I'm getting slightly out of my warrior one and lower. And lift and lower. Good. Lift your shoulders and lower. Lift. Stay deep. Stay deep. Good. And release and circle your arms up. Whoa. Nice shoulders, guys. And then right into warrior two. So I'm into warrior two, right toes out to the right, deep. Good. And make sure your right waist is forward and your right thigh bone is back. Good. Now bend both your knees. Take your bum back, sit your bum back, and start to dip into your triangle pose. And just lengthen your legs long. And come into a nice deep breath here. And breathe into that. You can take the back of your right hand against your right shin or ankle to roll your right waist forward and lift and engage your right waist. And breathe into that. Good. Yeah. Press your feet down to come all the way up. Pivot your feet parallel. And just kind of heel toe your feet together. And circle your hips. All right, good. And circle your hips the other way. Good. Oh, yeah. Make sure you really feel it. Your pelvic goes back and pelvis back and forth. Right. All right. Come back to the front of your mat. Standing tall. And circle your arms up. So we can really never get enough of this pose. This is so good for your quads. And just breathe here. Good. Then exhale and fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Reach your heart forward and your inner thigh bones back. Oh, get that stretch. And then step back into down dog. Now you can take a half vinyasa if you want. So it's always tempted, but see if you can just come to dog. Come on to your tiptoes. Lift your left leg all the way up. Exhale and step your left foot forward. And circle your arms all the way up. Good. Now I want you to take your left arm under your right and give yourself that hug. Left arm under your right. Left arm under. Good. Now you can stay hugging. Or you can come into an eagle and come deep and lift. And deep and lift. Yeah. And lift and lower. I'm staying deep in my hips. Make sure your spine is long. You're going to want to lean forward. I just did. I'm coming back up. Good. Take another breath. Yeah. And then make your way right into warrior two, pivoting your left toes out to the left. Nice deep warrior two. Oh, yeah. You're supposed to look over your left hand. That's traditionally how we do it. But notice your hips low. Good. Now you're going to bend both your knees. Take your bum back and make your way into that triangle pose. And breathe into that. There's a A bit of balance here, belly back, lift your left waist up, lengthen your legs long, find your breath. Good. Can you smile? Press your feet down, really stay present to come all the way up. Pivot your feet parallel, and then heel toe your feet in once again. And just notice your shoulders. They're back. Notice the expanse across your chest. Yeah, nice. All right, we're just gonna do one more thing here that I want to do. And I want you just to march. Let's just get our balance connected here. Just march. But you're gonna do it really slow. You're gonna lift and step. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, really slow. Exhale. You have to look at something that's not moving. Be willing to work on that sense of balance. Maybe smile. This is really great for your brain, ladies. Yeah. One more to the right. And one more to the left. All right, good. Now we're going to come into eagle pose. So soften your knees, stepping into your left foot. If you have a boot on and you have to do it seated, do it seated. Now, option one is to take your right foot outside your left. Take your arms to your shoulder blades back. Take your right arm under your left and either hug your shoulders or come into eagle. And you can bend your knees right here. This works beautiful, right? Now, if you want, you have to look at something that's not moving. You can lift your right knee and maybe cross your thigh bones and find your way. And just breathe here. Yeah. Sometimes I'm tippier than others myself. Just got to calm into it and take a few breaths. Good. All right, now step your right foot outside your left foot. Release your arms. You might need a block here. Take your right hip back. Circle your arms up. Press your feet down. Right? And now you're going to fold forward. Now, this might be a great place to have a block. This is a great place to have a block. I'm going to get my block. And just kind of press your fingertips into your block and get that big stretch in your hips. So good for your low back too. Good. Press your feet down to come all the way up. And release. Oh, that was good. All right, I'm going to keep my block nearby, ladies. Are you ready to start the other side? Shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. All right. You're going to step into your right foot and take your left foot over, keeping your hips square. Now, arms to T. Take your left arm under your right. It feels a little weird. And you can cross or just hug yourself and come into your variation of eagle. Right? So your left toes can be on the earth the whole time. Or you can lift your left knee up and cross your thigh bones and carefully, quietly sit back. Be that eagle. Make sure you're breathing. Your shins are coming forward, your bum sits back. Good. Then step your left foot outside your right, standing tall. Release your arms, make sure your hip points are square. Circle your arms up Big inhale, and then fold forward. Now, usually a block is really nice here for your fingers. Feel free to use it. Keep your left hip back, your feet grounded, and breathe into that. Good. Then press your feet down to come all the way up and release. Oh, good job, guys. All right. Take your blocks and just circle your hips. All right, now we're going to come into our yoga squat, ladies. So come into your yoga squat, whatever it looks like. Find your way into it. Your hips, your quads, your knees. We want to get them all nice and warm. Breathe into this. We want to be able to do this till we're 100 or some iteration, even with your forearms on your thigh bones. That is a great squat too. Just find your way and breathe into that. Oh yeah, so yummy. And then come all the way to seated. Good. Extend your legs nice and wide and sit up tall. Good. I like to even roll my inner thighs towards the earth, even widening my bum, and sit nice and tall. Good. Shoulder blades down your back. Now circle your arms all the way up. So you're going to press your thigh bones down, your heels down, and lift up from the center of your pelvis up like a candle. You're grounded, but you're light, right? Then you're going to take your right forearm inside your right thigh and press your forearm down to press your forearm back to roll your right waist forward. And you can extend your left arm up or towards your right toes. That's a good option. Or you can take your left arm, roll your thumb back, and bend your left elbow, reaching towards your right waist, and then take your left shoulder back and just get a nice stretch in your shoulder and breathe into that. Press your thigh bones down to come all the way up. Oh yeah. And then I want you just to come forward with your hands, walking your hands forward, but keep your thigh bones and your heels grounded. That's really important for your knees, especially your heels down. And just get a nice stretch here. Press your thigh bones down and all the way back. Take your left forearm into your left thigh. Press your forearm back, your left waist forward, and just get that nice twist. You can take your right arm, you can keep your right hand on your right hip. You can take your right arm out to the right, or you can extend your right arm to the left. It depends on your shoulder. Or you can take your right arm to the right, roll your thumb down, bend your right elbow, and reach towards your left waist. And just open your heart and just breathe into that. Oh, yeah. Some really big movements here, guys. And just breathe. Press your thigh bones down to come all the way back. And just kind of slide your legs together, drawing your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. I got so much work, guys. Now you're going to take your blocks, or keep your blocks beside you, and then come to laying down on your back, walk your shoulder blades together. Take your arms to T, Slide your bum to the left, draw your knees to your chest, and just drop your knees to the right. Get that nice deep, oh yeah, that nice deep twist. And breathe into that. I just want to wring everything out that we brought up here. Your shoulders should be more mobile, your back, hips, the ankles. All right, come back to center and just twist the other way. I slide my bum slightly to the right, and then you drop your knees to the left. That is the way to do this. Looking to the right. Oh, yeah. As if you're wringing something out. Yeah. All right, now, oh yeah, come back to center. Option one is to go into your classic Shavasana. That's really good. Option two, since we have our blocks, is to take a block, flat block, so that you lie on it, so your spine is on it, kind of low on your back. Yeah, lower on your back. And you take a block under your head, so you get a nice little open-heartedness in your chest. And you can extend your legs long here, taking your arms, palms up. You have to walk your shoulder blades together. And you'll find that your outer arms, your arm bones, are just kind of rolled back when your heart is open. So that's a second option. Find an option for Shavasana, right? Take a big inhale through your nose. And slowly exhale through your mouth. And allow yourself 2 minutes to rest and take rest. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest and roll to your right side. And just be there for a moment. On the blocks, it's a little bit more complicated. Yeah. And then make your way to a seat on your mat. Bring your palms together to your heart center with your intention to expand your point of view so that we don't get so stuck in ourselves in a time when it could be so easy to do so. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste.
All right, ladies, I'm going to record. Stop the recording.